Hey, good morning. Thanks for waking up with me. So, there's a biblical quote from Psalms 23. Yea, though I walk through the shadow of the valley of death. Well, actually, I've been walking through Death Valley in California for the last couple of days and spending some time to reflect upon myself and upon the life around me and my friends, my family, my businesses, and all those that I care about. And people that I've not even met yet, and how I'm going to reflect to that. And in my experience, I've learned that the evil to fear most is the evil within yourself. And I don't mean necessarily that you're a bad person, but it's a voice within yourself that keeps you from having the life that you would rather have. It's what keeps you from completing that diet that gets you back to the size that you'd like to be, or that keeps you from doing the exercise that gets you the physical condition that you'd like to have, or from passing on that extra portion or that piece of cake that you don't really need, because you've got that voice inside you that just says, nah, one more, what's a little piece right here, what's one more glass of Coca-Cola, what's one more piece of cake, what's one more, why not oversize the fries, whatever your little thing is. So the reality is that often it's the death of 1,000 paper cuts. I'm sure you've heard that term before too. What do I mean by that? It's those little things. It's those little things that chip away at your self-esteem, at your integrity, at your good intentions, the things that you planned on doing. Your well-planned thoughts of what you wanted to do. It's like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. I'm just gonna, maybe I'll read a little bit tonight, and oh, there's a movie on, or oh, it's like, yeah, I started watching a series on television or Netflix, right? And the next thing I know, I binged out all weekend. And I've been guilty of this from time to time myself. The thing is, you got to rein that back in. You got to keep your priorities straight. You got to have your goals set. You got to have your purpose set. You got to have what you're going to have to. You have to have that clear picture in your mind of what it is that you want to do and how you're going to get there, and make that plan and keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. I can tell you from my own experience, and I'm sure you can find tons of examples out there. Those who are really successful worked at it. They put their nose to that grindstone every single day and kept at it and kept at it and kept at it. Kevin Hart recently is quoted as saying that sun is coming up tomorrow no matter what. He didn't quite say it with that language, but the point is, tomorrow's coming. It doesn't matter what you want, tomorrow's coming. And if you haven't done the things you need to do, tomorrow's coming anyway. And the next thing you know, there'll be another day that's coming, and another day that's coming. And you'll find yourself a week later, and you haven't done the things. You haven't made the change. You haven't done those things. I myself, I started the 75 challenge, the 75 hard challenge 40 days ago. So roughly 6 weeks. I'm on day 40 right now. And I've already lost 15 pounds. I'm about to lose 10 more. I still have a little bit here in the middle there that I don't really like, that I've been complaining about for years. And I'm not an obese guy. I'm not terribly overweight. So I let myself excuse myself for the fact that, well, I was certainly in better shape than a lot of other guys my age. Or, I was certainly better than that. So it was an excuse. It was an excuse. The reality is, no matter what my excuse was, I wasn't happy. I wasn't content with what I was, and it made me feel bad. And if it makes me feel bad, then it means that it eats at my self-esteem. It eats away at my own confidence. And I'm a fairly confident guy. I like to stay quiet about my accomplishments and my other things like that for the most part, because that's how I was raised. But the reality is, I don't suffer from low self-esteem or low confidence, except for, let me say it this way, knowingly I don't. But I found out through trying to change the story in my head that I was suffering from exactly that. I was leading myself down a path that was going to eventually end up killing my business. Things were slacking off a little bit. I wasn't always on top of things as much as I used to be. And, you know, my rise in income and success and the ease of work was starting to level off. Now, at some point, you're going to reach a plateau. That's natural. It's a good time to take a look around, take stock, and figure out what you're going to do to get to the next plateau. And that's exactly what I've been doing. Just turns out I got lucky. I come across this challenge through another video conference that I was doing. And it was mentioned. I wrote it down, decided I'd look at it, you know, the next day when I was at work, and you know, and give it a, you know, give it a thought. And so Monday morning, I looked it up on Google and went to the website, listened to the quick little video and read the story, and started right there on the spot. 7:30 in the morning Monday. I didn't wait till I got home. I didn't wait till I had things finished. I didn't wait till I was done with that job. I didn't wait for anything else, because the reality is my life is passing by no matter what, because tomorrow is going to come. And each day is one day closer to when I won't be here anymore. Don't wait. There's no reason to wait. Do what you need to do. You know what you need to do. You've been telling yourself what you need to do for years, probably, because most of us have. Most of us are guilty of that. You'll find the people who are really successful are the ones who are getting up and hitting that grind consistently over and over and over. You won't find a professional athlete that's not drilling daily, working out, hitting the gym, or hitting the track, or whatever it is that's part of their sport, that's the proper training for what they're doing. They're doing, you know, they're running plays. They're doing whatever it takes to do that. They're pressing weights. They're watching what they're eating. They're monitoring themselves. Actors, you know, Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. One of his trademark things is you won't outwork him. You might be better at some things than him, but you won't outwork him. And that in itself puts him ahead of almost everybody else around him. Kevin Hart has a similar philosophy. Tony Robbins has a similar philosophy. There's tons of people out there who are very... Gary Vaynerchuk, same thing. He'll tell you, hit it and just be at it and be at it and be at it and keep going at it and keep going at it and keep going at it. Sean Cannell of Think Media, same thing. It's consistency, it's follow-up, it's consistency, it's keep doing it. Those are the keys that will get you to the better life that you want. If you want to change your life, you got to change how you're thinking. And if you want to change how you look and how you feel, you got to change how you're living. I suggest you do both. That's what I'm doing. I hope you'll join me. By the way, I mentioned the 75 Hard Challenge. It's free. All you got to do is check it out online. There's no fee for it. There's no tricks. There's nothing like that. I'm not sponsored by this. It's not being paid by that. I believe that it's a good program, and that's why I'm mentioning it. That's why I'm re-mentioning it right now. I think it's a good program. It's your life. You're worth it. So why not start now? Hope you had a good day. If you got any comments, please put those down below. I'd love to read your comments. Let us know what you got in your mind. And I'll get back to you again tomorrow. Thanks very much.